Hi, I'm Bill Redpath. I have been asked to speak by Christina Tobin of the Free and Equal Foundation about my background and how I became interested in electoral reform in the United States. I was raised in Ohio, and during my high school years, I was a young Democrat. This was during Watergate, and basically there were no young Republicans during Watergate. I assure you of that. But we were totally ineffective. I'm sure my friends and I accomplished nothing for the Democratic Party. But then when I went to college, after studying economics, I became more conservative on economic issues. Yet I was still a liberal on social issues, but I never really came across the philosophy of libertarianism until the early 1980s when I subscribed to Reason magazine. And I began reading Reason magazine, and then came to understand that my thoughts were not just a mixed up jumble of ideas, but were a coherent whole called libertarianism. And at first, although I did not vote for Ronald Reagan in 1980, I actually voted for John Anderson. Ironically, I serve on the board of Fair Vote with him today, and I can honestly say to John Anderson, I voted for you for president in 1980. I didn't vote Libertarian at that time because I didn't know about the Libertarian Party. But I probably got a direct mail piece from the Libertarian Party because of my subscription to Reason magazine. And I joined the Libertarian Party. There's this old adage that people join the Libertarian Party for two issues. I did join the Libertarian Party for two issues: Social Security and the war on drugs. I was very disillusioned with those two aspects of the Reagan administration's first term, the prosecution of the war on drugs, which as a libertarian I think is very destructive and frankly a violation of human rights, and the other thing being Social Security, the propping up of the current Social Security system instead of changing it to allow private investment by working people of all ages, not just young people, but it would be most important to young people to allow them to build up wealth over their working years. But in any event, I joined the Libertarian Party, and I didn't realize how difficult it would be for a minor party such as the Libertarian Party to gain traction in US politics. So I got involved in the Libertarian Party, petitioned in Virginia to get Ron Paul on the ballot for president as the LP candidate for president in 1988. Was elected to the National Committee in 1989, became involved in national ballot drives starting in 1990. Helped get actually was heading up the effort that was successful in placing the Libertarian Party presidential ticket on the ballot in all 50 states and DC in 1992. And then I ran for office myself in 1993 for the Virginia House of Delegates. And after I was beaten a lot worse by the incumbent Republican, there was no mainstream Democrat on the ballot. And after I got defeated a lot worse than I thought I was going to be by the incumbent Republican, I sat down on election night 1993 after the disappointing returns and said, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. And I talked with Richard Winger, who is also interviewed in this series, and he told me about the concept of proportional representation, with which I was not familiar, and also told me to contact Rob Ritchie at FairVote, website fairvote.org, and I did, and I've had now a 20-plus year association with Fair Vote in trying to promote electoral reform and alternatives to our winner-take-all single-member plurality, single-member legislative district, person with the most votes wins voting system, which makes so many voters feel boxed into voting for the lesser of two evils. It's our voting system that props up the two major parties. It's our voting system that leads to no-choice elections, where there are so many races where there's only one candidate, not just one challenger, just one candidate on the ballot. And so that is how I came to be involved with the Libertarian Party and organizations that are promoting electoral reform in this nation, and helping minor party candidates and independents gain a greater voice and become truly electable in the United States. Free and Equal Foundation is an important part of it. I'm proud to be associated with that and Christina Tobin. And I want to thank her and her organization for this conference in Glendale, Colorado today, November 15, 2014. And that's why I'm involved in this movement. I don't feel represented. I don't feel that there's proper electoral choice, not just for me, but for all Americans, and we badly need it.